What's up, y'all? I'm out here at the range. As you can see back behind me, it's been a fantastic day to get some testing done out here. Sun's been a little hot, but now my shade tree's finally putting in some work now that I'm down to the last test of the day. But I've done a couple of interesting ones so far, and this one right here should be a good 40 Smith & Wesson test. So of course, we got the jelly contraption set up, ready to go with a couple of chronos and 2 blocks of gel. Now I've done a couple of tests today. This far block's got several tracks in it. This front one's got a couple because we've had a mixed bag today. One success, one failure. So hopefully this one will give us a little boost in the success column. Of course, y'all know I'm using a heavy clothing barrier that's got a layer of denim, fleece, and 2 layers of cotton t-shirt. And what we got here for this one is a round from CorBon that was actually sent to me by Jerry though. So again, I really appreciate him sending this stuff to me. What we got this time is their DPX, their deep penetrating expanding. This is a solid copper expander, and this is in 40 Smith & Wesson. So it's a 140 grain projectile, so a little bit light for caliber. DPX again, copper expander. They're claiming 1200 feet per second on this. Now I'm not sure what test barrel length that is. I didn't look on their site, and I'm not sure if they even listed on their site, but we'll find out what it does anyway. As you can see here, brass case with that big old copper expander. I mean, that opening right there is just begging for expansion. There's no doubt that thing is going to do what it's supposed to do. It's usually a pretty safe bet that with copper rounds you're going to get some expansion. A lot of times though, what happens is your penetration suffers because of that. So this right here, as you can see, they're claiming that you're still going to get some really nice penetration along with some really good expansion. Y'all know recently I've tested quite a few rounds from CorBon, especially their Powerball. That stuff does really nicely. I think this is the first of their DPX that I've tested, so hopefully the trend continues. As far as what I'm running them out of here today, 2 different barrel lengths. We got the Glock 27 here with the roughly 3.5 inch barrel on it, and then I've got my Glock 22 with the roughly 4.5 inch barrel. So like I always mention, if you're running a 23, you can pretty much expect performance right in between these two. So I feel pretty confident that this stuff's gonna give us some really good performance to end the day out with. But let me get stuff set up and find out what they can do. All right, let's see what kind of velocities we're working with. I'm gonna do a 5-round average from each barrel length, starting with this short G27 first. Now, if y'all not familiar with this lab radar, like I always mention, you're gonna get multiple readings on it. The large number is at your muzzle, and then you got 5 across the bottom. The first one is set at 3 yards, which is roughly where the gel is here at 10 feet. And then you got 10, 15, 25, and 50. Now remember, the box on this is saying 1200. I'm sure the test barrel was longer than this, so I don't expect to see that, but hopefully it's not going too slow anyway. 1187, 1191, 1166, 1192, and 1179. So I'm actually happy with that right there. That's not far off from the 1200. And again, I know the test barrel that they're getting those numbers out of is longer than this. Also not real snappy either. Y'all know me, I'm wanting the hottest, rowdiest, to rattle your teeth, shake you, break your wrist kind of stuff that I can load and bite anything. But I know everybody's not like that, and I can tell you right now, this recoil is pretty mild on this. All right, so we got a 5-round average of 1183 feet per second. Extreme spread of 25 and a standard deviation of 10.5. So nice consistent stuff, especially out of that short barrel right there. I'm really happy with the last few rounds I've tested from CorBon. They've been really consistent and some nice performance. So I'm glad to see the trend continue. Let's get it reset and see what the longer barrel does. All right, I'm expecting to see the 1200 on this one for sure. Let's see what we get from it, y'all. 1226. 1184, 1226 again, 1192, and 1217. So a little bit up and down right there. Let's check out the average. All right, so our 5-round average there did hit that 1200. We had 1209, extreme spread of 42, and a standard deviation of 19.5. So still not bad at all. Consistency wise, the high there was 1226, and we had a little bit of a low in at 1184, but still, again, extreme spread, standard deviation, plenty fine for defensive stuff. So 1209 here, and if you remember on the shorty, it was 1183. So you're only talking about what, 26 6 feet per second difference. So not much difference between the barrel lengths, which I personally think is a good thing. I like having consistency. Y'all know I've mentioned it before, across different barrel lengths. So I'm glad to see that. I think both of these are going to do a really nice job in the gel. Again, that 140 grain copper expander is just begging for some expansion. So let's get this stuff set up. Y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's non-toxic jelly time. I'm gonna put one from each barrel length into the gel, starting with this Shorty 27 first. Again, I think both of these are gonna do a fantastic job. I'm just really curious to see what kind of penetration we do get from them. All right, that should have been a good one there. Let me go see what we got. All right, so far so good down there. That one's actually looking really nice expansion, nice penetration on it. So let's try this 22. That one went a little closer to the middle than I wanted, so I've got to pick up or down. I think I'm gonna go down with this one. If I hit the bottom, I can always put one up top since this is the last test of the day. All right, that went right where I wanted. Hopefully it stayed out the bottom. Let's go see what we got. All right, let's check out what we got down here. Really nice performance from both of these. I'm definitely glad to see it. That second one there wanted to sling the block a little bit, and both of them had some really nice velocities down here in the gel. So first off, the one on the top there, that's the one out of the Shorty G27. As you can see, it comes in here, no doubt. We got immediate expansion, nice energy transfer right there, really nice spiral disruption all the way through this first block here, and you got some forward momentum. It looks like you're almost right at 15 inches, maybe just a little bit shy, and some really nice expansion right there. And then down on the bottom, basically more of the same. It comes in here again, immediate expansion, no doubt about it. Very nice disruption here and energy transfer through this first block again. Comes down towards the bottom here, and then you can see it right there, just barely right there at the bottom. It stayed completely out of it though, and really nice expansion again. As far as the penetration, this one looks like it's got maybe about a half of an inch more than the shorter barrel. But let's see exactly what they do have. So the Shorty G27, you're out here to 14.5 inches, so nice penetration there. And then the one from the G22, you're actually exactly 15 inches. So really nice penetration to get so much expansion from both of those. Close up look at them here. As you can see, really nice disruption and energy transfer from both of them. The top, again, that's the Shorty. You can see really nice expansion. And if we go back, we'll follow the one on the bottom. That was the G22. You can see it starts curving a little bit and it stops right there. Again, very nice expansion. Same thing from the top. It's a little bit tricky, hard to see from the top because they're kind of right on top of each other, but you can see it's got that really nice spiral disruption pretty much all the way through there, and with some big expansion. All right, let's take a look at these projectiles, y'all. One thing you can definitely say about pretty much any copper expander that does actually expand is it's some really nice looking stuff. Very cool looking when you see them expanded. This one right here is from the shorter G27. This one's from the G22. You can't tell any kind of difference between these. There's a little bit of irregularities, but that's just chance from how it was moving through the gel. As far as amount of expansion though, I mean, you can't tell any difference. There may be some tiny differences depending on how you look at it, which direction, but other than that, they look nearly the same, and both of them look very nice. So let's weigh them and see what we got there. I don't think we lost anything. They both started at 140. The one from the G27 is at 140.4, so nothing lost there. The one from the G22 is 139.9, so I would say nothing lost there either. And then as far as the sizes, we'll get the G27 here first. You got .76 and 7.68, so very, very nice expansion there. I expect this one right here from the 22 is going to be really similar. You got 7.75 and 7.82, so again, very, very nice expansion from both of these, and just overall really nice performance. So there you have it, y'all, the CorBon DPX solid copper expanders in 40 Smith & Wesson. Really, really nice performance out of both of these. Really nice consistency in the gel, consistent velocity. So from both barrels, I think these did an absolutely fantastic job. All right, y'all, I think that nice 40 Smith & Wesson performance is a good place to end the day of testing. Really glad again to see this one do well. I didn't have much doubt. Solid copper expanders usually do pretty well. They may not get the penetration you want, but they normally do pretty well. These had really everything going for it. Really nice velocity, nice consistent velocity through multiple barrel lengths, which again, I personally love to see, because I don't like having to tailor my ammo or what kind of ammo I'm carrying or using based on barrel lengths or based on anything really. I want one ammo to cover it all, and this stuff right here looks like a pretty good contender for 40 Smith & Wesson. Again, not the hottest stuff known to man, which I tend to like myself, but I know a lot of people do not like that. So for a standard pressure round, this is some really, really nice performance. But let me know down in the comments what y'all think about it. Any of y'all out there actually carry some of this CorBon DPX in 40 Smith & Wesson or a different caliber? I've still got some in 9 to test, so that should be another good one. Let me know down in the comments what y'all's thoughts are on it. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you got those notifications turned on so you get notified when I upload stuff. Reminder again to check out those affiliate links in my video description. Anything you buy after hitting those links up down there, I get a kickback from them towards the channel, so I really appreciate that. Again, a really big thanks to all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all for supporting the channel. Got some really interesting stuff done out here today, and I've got plenty more on the way, so stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see y'all soon.